In this video, my goal is to give you the idea and concept how we can use timeline slicer to compare the currently selected period with the previous period. For example, I have select months. In this case, I have select February. Now this will automatically give me the January data. If I select March, this will automatically compare my total sale amount with February sale. And not only this, for example, if I select quarters and I select quarter 2, it will compare quarter 2 with quarter 1. And not only this, we can select years as well, and now it will compare the currently selected year with the previous year. And one more important thing, if I select days and I simply select the single day, it will compare this with the last day. And not only this, if we select multiple days, let's say I select 4 days, it will compare my total sale amount with last 4 days. So which setting we need to develop this amazing summary report, I will show you each and everything in this video. Consider I have this data sheet. The first thing, we need to click anywhere on this table, click on insert, and we need to insert pivot table on a new worksheet. For now, I will simply rename this sheet, let's say calculation. The next thing, I will simply move date on a rows field. In this case, they automatically group the date. So I will simply remove the years, quarters, months, and only leave the date field. The next thing, simply click on design and off the grain total as well. Now click on pivot table, go to pivot table analyze, and we need to insert a timeline slicer based on date column and simply hit OK. Now if we select any of the month, it will only filter out the currently selected months. If I change month to year, it will only display the currently selected year dates. The next thing, we need to create helper table. So I will not waste the time and I will create each and everything, and then I will discuss the formula with you. Now our table are ready. I will discuss each and every formula step by step. The first thing, we need to get the currently selected date. For example, I select 2017. I need to get start and end date of year. If I change year to, let's say, months, and I select, let's say, January 2017, I need to get the currently selected month start and end date. So for this, I apply a very easy formula. Simply apply min function, but I assign a larger range. Maybe in future we have a lot more data set. For the end date, I apply max function for same range. The next thing, we need to calculate how many months difference we have. For example, I select single month, it only show 1. If I select, let's say, multiple months, it will show 2. If I change this to quarter and I select a single quarter, the difference is 3. So I apply a very easy dated if function, start date and end date. But in this case, I simply add 1 with the end date. And this is how we calculate how many months difference we have. Next, we need to calculate previous date. So for this, I use edate function. Actually, edate function will calculate the next day or previous day based on months difference. So in this case, I simply assign start date and how many months I have difference, but I simply input a negative sign as well. And for the end date, I simply apply edate function. Along with this, I apply e of month function just to get the end date of my month. And this is how we calculate the previous date. Now these previous day work fine. If I select any of the quarter, if I even select 2 quarter, if I select year, this will work fine. But a problem is happening when I select the days and I select a single day. Since the number of month difference is 0 and this formula is not calculating accurately my previous date. So for this, we need to update our logic. I simply apply formula just to calculate how many days difference in between the currently selected days we have. So in this case, I simply add 1, and based on these date, I calculate previous day. For example, if I select a single day, it will calculate the previous day by subtracting how many days difference from the current day. And same formula is here with a little bit modification. Now we have two scenarios. When we have a days, we need to get the date from this cell. When we have month, quarter, year, we need to get the dates from this cell. So in final step, I simply apply if condition. If this becomes 0, I want to return the dates from this cell. Otherwise, I want to return the dates from this cell. I have applied a very easy if condition, and this is how we get our previous date. So now we have two dates. We have the currently selected date. We have the previous date. We can simply reference these two dates in our calculation to get our previous day calculation. Now I will show you how to create dashboard based on these calculation. I will insert a new worksheet and I will simply call this, let's say, dashboard. I will do a little bit formatting here. Next, we need to create card which show a total sale for currently selected period versus previous period. Along with this, we need to display percentage as well. So I will merge a few more cells. Now our design is ready. I will simply click here and we will apply a very easy sum ifs function. Open parentheses. What is the sum range? Simply click on data. Select the entire cell column, hit comma. For the criteria range, simply select column A, hit comma. And for the criteria one, I will simply write quotation mark greater than or equal to quotation mark again %. Click on calculation. Now we need to define criteria range 2. In this case, I will simply copy the same range which is actually column A, hit Ctrl C, click here Ctrl V, hit comma, and for the criteria 2, I will simply type quotation mark less than equal to quotation mark again %, and simply click the end selected date. Close parenthesis, hit enter. And this is how we calculate our total sale for currently selected period. I will do a little bit formatting. And now I will also move my timeline slicer, hit Ctrl X, click on dashboard, Ctrl V. Now if I select date to, let's say, months and click on any of the month, it will automatically calculate the total sale for currently selected months. I will click on this formula, hit Ctrl C, double click Ctrl V, and now we need to modify this formula a little bit more. First thing, I will click on Format Painter just to apply the same formatting. Now in this formula, we only need to update our C6 range and D6 range. If you click on calculation sheet and simply click the final previous day, C18 and D18. So now I will go to my dashboard sheet and simply update the reference. So C18 and D18. Now this is how we calculate our previous month sale. Now if you want to calculate the percentage, simply type equal, open parenthesis, current sale minus previous sale, close parenthesis, divide by current sale, hit enter, and simply apply the % formatting. Now if you click on February, you can see we have this sale, and if you click on January, up to this point, I hope you will understand how to use these two date range to get the currently selected month sale versus previous month sale. I will cover more information in my next video.